Hey guys, welcome back to the Virginia Midland HO layout. I haven't done a video in a while. I've been wanting to get one done, but time here lately is just, I don't know where it goes. You guys probably have the same problem. I'm back in here in the office. You can see we got a little different scene here. My workbench here, or should I say work desk. Not a whole lot going on here lately. The weather's just been warmer, and outside things are calling, yard work, kids in baseball and things like that. So not a whole lot of stuff getting done in here. That's will change. As you know, in my summer months I tend to get a lot more things done. Being a teacher, we don't get out for another 4 weeks or so. So it'll start slowing down and I'll start getting in here. Been having an itch here the last couple days, so we really didn't get in here yesterday, or hadn't really been in here in a couple weeks, really, to be honest with you. Probably more than that. So I'm just gonna go over a couple things I got going on here. You know, as a model raider, if you don't have more than one thing going on, you're not really doing much modeling, are you? So while you're working on one thing, you work on something else. You know, it's just crazy, this great hobby we have. Nothing really on the layout. I'm looking around. I noticed my cat got in here the other day. I caught one of them sleeping in here. I'm not too happy about that. Never had any problems with that. Must be as soon as you get it built, they start coming in here. But I'm just going to have to start keeping the door shut. My kids like to leave the door open. So hopefully everybody's been doing pretty well. Been rainy here this last month in May here in Virginia. Just been kind of weird and really been warm at all. So another rainy day outside today. I think this is why I'm doing this video. So stay tuned, and I'll go over a couple projects that I've been kind of working on, and we'll show you one addition I hope to get done soon on the lower level. A little bit more space, but no trackage, no new trackage or anything like that for the lower level. At the meanwhile, probably going to put a little bit more rural scene there, but you'll see what I'm talking about, and we'll be right back. Thanks. Alright, here we're back on the work desk. Got a couple new cars. Picked up this railgun car, Mainline Hobbies up in PA. Great hobby shop. These are tough to find. These are looks like the old MTC ones, but got that ready to do some weathering. Just always got some cars sitting around. As you can see, I got a Vermont hopper, a little Accurail, loaded up with some weight. Got these stripes, some weathering stripes on the ribs there, but if you can see that, been kind of working on that. Well, not lately, but you know, I've told you a story earlier. Just something ready to be finished up. This is a job that started probably a couple years ago. This is a Seaboard ST40-2. Finally, I think the only thing I was holding up was this yellow stripe down here on the sill. I finally got that painted the other day. Actually, I think one of the last time I was in here. So I know the yellow, or I'm sorry, the gray looks very, 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 if you know anything about Seaboard's a predecessor to CSX. The gray looks very, very, very pale on it. My plan is to dirty it up a little bit, so I kind of put it lighter to darken it up a little bit. So just it's kind of really bugged me, but I'm like, you know what, I can really work on that. I find gray cars and locomotives are the easiest to weather in my opinion. Dirt and the rust and everything shows up really well on those, and the soot. Got me a new Midland locomotive came in. Bit the bullet and bought a chop nose Jeep 9, which is probably, this is going to be another probably like a Jeep 16 or something like that. I forget who makes this. I think I haven't discussed it. I think it's Big Dogs, I do believe. I know some people have a different opinion. My opinion is, if somebody makes the part and I need it, I'm going to buy it. So you can, and some people have been, you know, he's copied it off other people. You know, I'm not getting it all. That's not, you know, that's not my problem. I'm just trying to model a thing instead of cutting and getting the right cab and the nose and cutting. If you've ever done that, which I've done, it sucks. So this made it easier. 25 bucks. Time right now. Sometimes money is time. Time is money. So that's gonna go right on here. As you can see, I've already got. I know the gray is way off here, but she's gonna look pretty nice. Little chop nose there. I've got the. I forget what they call those. The air filters and stuff like that. So I know the gray is off. I think I've sprayed it about 10 different times. So I've got my Atlas drive here ready to go. One other thing, I finally, as you know, I run NCE, and most of my stuff I've got to plug into the fascia boards and stuff like that. So I went out and bought, actually ordered online, the NCE, the RB02, which makes very easily to make your controllers wireless. So I took my cab 04 and sent that off to NCE, and they are in the process right now. Hopefully I have it back next week sometime. Process of making that wireless. So that's going to be really nice, because if I start having the op sessions and stuff like that, sorry about this camera's a little bit off. If I start having the op sessions, I'm going to have to go wireless in here because it's stretching cords. I've got one over here to my power cab, and it's like a big telephone cord. You remember telephone cords back in the 80s? Stretch all through the house. We used to have old yellow one. Man, that thing was stretched like, I bet you, 50 feet. Could almost go the length of the house, but close. So, can't wait to get this installed. I'm going to actually go ahead and install this now and just have to wait for the wireless controller to come in from NCE. So it's up in New York, hopefully getting worked on. Hopefully send NCE here to cash my check and send it to it. It's only, you send it up here, I think it's 97 bucks, be it a power cab, be it one of their other smaller controllers. 97 bucks, that's shipping and everything. So that's not bad. If you go ahead and buy it by itself, I believe it's about 140, 50, 60 bucks, somewhere in there. So, you know, I already had it. I just sent it in. So, and that's one of my favorite controllers anyway. I've actually got 3 controllers. And they'll put it in. I'll have to start getting batteries and stuff for it. So, anything else? Just some experimentation. You know, if you got a couple things going on, I got a. Actually, the trunk is this is way off topic. Sorry about that. The trunk is dogwood, and these are little super trees that I hot glued them on there, and you can see that. So I don't know how that's got that from Marty McGurk. He does really good. I need to sit and spend a little bit more time. I need to glue gun it. Actually, makes a smaller one. And here's a dogwood. I'm sorry, not dogwood. Crepe myrtles. Crepe myrtles. Not dogwood. You know, and it was great. You know, it's pretty straight. You know, just put the armature or the super trees on there, kind of like this one, and voila. So, yeah, one other thing to kind of talk about this month here in the middle of May, and then we will call it a wrap for the evening. All right, guys. Last section here. This is my new control board. Well, I wouldn't say new. Updated control board here. As you can see, over to the right here, at one time I had where it had my blocks from when I used to be old DCC. I'm sorry, old DC. So, and I would use the Atlas. I forget their. Well, I actually had the railroad in blocks. So, I want to kind of keep that, because if I've got, you know, if I've got 6, 7 locomotives on there, they all have sound, they're all on. Sometimes I like to cut them off and not have so much power going to track I'm not even using. So if I'm just up at top, I really don't need the bottom, so I cut it off. So as you can see, I've got them all labeled here, and all this toggle switches in here thrown. That would be the helix to cut that on and off. Mine run branch, on and off, and then the lower level main line. In the other sections, I've got the battlefield yard, engine track there, Virginia Central line there. So did that. That's all wired up and everything. That was probably one of the last things I really did on the layout in here. I had to run a couple things. Of course, the phone's ringing. Oh. All right, sorry about that. Somebody's always got a call right in the middle of the video. Alright, last thing I want to kind of show you, if I can move my camera over here. Right here, this section, it's right by the control panel there. This section is kind of almost like a triangle here. What I'm going to do, as you can see, this is actually, you see the track going off into right below that wired mess. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tidy that up, and I'm going to probably put a background in there, probably a little bit past where that white meets the blue there on the background, and put some bushes and trees back here. See, it looks like the track just goes off into the woods. And in this area, I'm going to probably put a little farm field, a little barn or something there, just something to make this area more rural, because this line between here and Orange is pretty rural. Between here and Fredericksburg, it still is. To this day, it goes through how many battlefields? It goes through, if you're familiar with the Civil War battlefield, it actually goes through Wilderness and through Chancellorsville. It comes out of Fredericksburg, so that's 3 battlefields. Kind of was thinking about doing something with my theme, but of my railroad, but we'll see. So just some field, maybe a tractor, some soybeans and stuff. I've got an idea from a friend of mine. He's doing soybean fields, so I decided, man, what the heck, that's a great idea. Using pipe cleaners and some leafed materials drizzled onto those. So I think that'll be a great thing. And this is, of course, you can see my mess here from last time I was working on the control panel. So Central Virginia. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of this place. That's why I put them on there. What was it? Valley Sweeteners. I'm sorry, man. I can't even think about that. That's how long I haven't been in here. I don't even remember the name of that place. All right, well, that fills this video up, or finishes this video up, whatever you want to call it. You know, I like doing these, and actually, I just did this in the last 10 minutes. Take me a day to process this, because it takes forever on my computer. But you know, I like doing these. These videos are pretty nice. Kind of goes off of the blog there. The blog's a little bit more easier to update. These videos just take forever to process. But hopefully you guys are. Make sure you subscribe. Gonna try to bring more videos, some reviews. I could try to do a little bit more this summer. Just gonna get some time here. Just kind of busy with the kids. The kids are big in baseball. I've been trying to play for the last 2 weeks, and nothing. It's just rain. Supposed to have games today. No, we've got a half-inch of rain today. It's been raining all day. So, just excited to get back in here. I really need to clean this room here. It's, from the looks of things, it's pretty messy. So, instead of all this rambling, I'm gonna let you go, guys, and try to keep this video at a reasonable pace here, reasonable time. Enjoy this great hobby we have, and I will catch you next time. Thanks.